Dude, how do I get a background like that?
On the, I don't. You're on the phone or the computer?
I'm on a computer.
On the bottom where it says stop video, you see that little arrow next to it?
Yeah.
You hit choose virtual background.
Dude, no way. This is so cool. So, did you have to pick that video or?
No, dude, it's like it's. Can you see that?
Dude, this is sick. What? That's so cool, man. Oh shoot. I don't think I have any cool like photos or videos.
Oh, dude, there's still some cool like default ones. Like there's like a grass one. You see that one?
Sorry, dude. I had the window. Oh yeah,
Oh, it's all
damn.
good.
Oh wait, yeah, I'm downloading the smart virtual background package. So
Oh, dang.
yeah,
I'd be ahead of me.
dude. How's that?
Wow. That's awesome.
That's how we do.
Yeah.
I like it, man. This is cool.
Heck yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, dude. How are you doing, dude? I really enjoyed your magic show.
Oh, dude. My mom. I was like, oh, Omar, you want to be on my podcast? Or I told her that you had asked me to be on it, and she's like,
Yeah.
who? And I was like, Omar. She's like, oh, Omar. Oh, he was at your magic show. I thought it was so funny. But yeah, dude, I'm glad you liked it. I was dude, I was super nervous. I've never done something like that, especially on a webcam. And there was like a lot of people, and like afterwards, I come to realize, it said 30 people were live, but then I was like getting texts and like there was groups of people like
Yeah.
a family, sitting and watching. I was like, what
Oh,
the heck?
right.
It's
That's cool,
stressful.
dude. Dang, dude, that's cool. You're getting out of your comfort zone. When you do that, that's like self-love. You're growing.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. I like to take that approach. Magic is like that in general. It's like
Oh, what do you
it's
mean?
just it's nerve-wracking to do, especially because like a lot of tricks are really angle sensitive or like technical, and it's all about like the misdirection or the way that you approach the audience. And until you get comfortable trying to do that, you're constantly thinking like, oh shoot, I think they saw that, or
Mm.
like I'm not sure if this is going to work on them. And then of course you do it, and if it works, it's awesome. Otherwise, it doesn't, and you learn from it, of course. But it's nerve-wracking in that sense.
Yeah, dude. Do you do that at like parties and stuff, or like back when
No,
parties
no,
were a thing before? Like,
no. I was into it a long time ago when I was much younger,
oh,
and like
really?
I still have a bunch of old tricks. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking middle school, uh, and like I always still had a couple tricks like on my sleeve that I would do just like to my friends when they were drunk or
So
whatever.
like, when did you start like doing magic though?
It was like, shoot, I'm trying to think. I could probably even go on my account and see like when the first time, because there was this one website. It's called Penguin Magic.
Yeah, you mentioned that in your
Dude, that
stream.
is like that was the first site I ever went to buy tricks. And yeah, I would say at least over 10 years ago for sure.
Heck yeah.
Probably when I was 14 or 15. But yeah, it started with real, basic gimmicky gimmicks, are like, fake little tricks. They like flip, and they're things that after you do the trick, you can't necessarily hand out to be examined, so to speak. So they're like
Yeah.
self-working. So I started with little
Oh,
things
yeah.
like that, and just recently being bored, and I just kind of was like, what, I'm gonna learn some more magic, and kind of got into it again.
That's what's up, dude. Yeah, like everybody appreciates that people are just like putting out content right now. But like even if it's like for the homies, like it's gonna make them laugh or make them like entertained. It's like it's
Dude,
pretty cool. That's like the life right now.
you're doing a podcast with a baby. Is that you?
No.
Do you
Look
know
at
who that
that.
is, or is it just someone random?
Yeah, it's my roommate.
No, dude, that's even better. This is the content that people are putting out.
He's not a baby anymore though. But
Oh, that's really strange.
no, dude, it's funny because like I saw this picture, right? And my roommate Luis, he's like, look at my kid Ollie. And then I'm like, oh dude, he reminds me of this dude from this book. Let me go find him. And I like went to look for my book, and they're making like the same face.
Dude, that's actually totally like, if he had a mustache, I could see it. That's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
You have good memory.
Thanks.
Photo memory.
Yeah, it's like some kind of visual like association. I don't know.
Yeah, totally, dude. Well, it must have made an impact on you or something.
Yeah, like this dude was a trip. I mean, they're
What
both a
what
trip actually.
what book is this? The
This is
Christ,
called Autobiography of a Yogi.
of a yogi.
Yeah.
Is it like philosophical or religious or?
Yeah, dude, it's about this guy named Paramhansa Yogananda, and he came here from India in like the 1920s, and he spread this school of yoga called Kriya Yoga. And so he actually like set up a bunch of shrines. Like there's one in Pacific Palisades over like off the PCH, and there's one like in like downtown Los Angeles. They're so like freaking beautiful. So you can
I'm
just
sorry.
like,
What is it called again? I'll save this so I can check it out
yeah,
afterwards.
dude, the book is called Autobiography of a Yogi.
Autobiography of a yogi. Sweet, man. Yeah, I'll scope that out. I've been doing a lot of Audible, so
Heck yeah.
it's,
Yeah, what really like stood out to me on the back, it has like a quote from I think it's like George Harrison. He's like,
oh, cool.
yeah, I just like hand this out to people who need to get like who needed like a regrooving or like get regrooved or something like that. So I'm like,
That is,
whoa.
yeah, no, that's rad. Have you, I have a book that's like similar to that whenever I have someone like
Oh
going
yeah,
through something tough. It's called Illusions. If you haven't,
illusions.
yeah, it's Illusions. It's like Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah is the title. And
Yeah,
it's pretty cool, man. It's like this guy meets a Messiah, and the whole book is like the Messiah teaching him the ways of a Messiah, basically. And like whenever he doesn't know, what's going on with his life, he opens up this book, and just like whatever page he opens to has the advice that he's supposed to follow in a quote.
yeah.
It's really cool, man. I like books like that.
Heck yeah, illusions. Do you know who wrote it?
Yeah. Shoot. I totally have it here
Oh,
on my
cool.
Kindle. In fact, I even bought the book that I was referring to that he opens in the book. The
Yeah.
guy actually created that on Kindle and stuff too. So you
Whoa.
can like flip to a random page and read it just like he does in the book. Let's see here,
That sounds mystical.
dude. It is pretty mystical. I'm sorry, man. I don't wanna delay you on your.
No, no, dude, it's all good. I don't mind.
Cool. Yeah, let me
I'm
pop
cool with the
this.
silence.
Sick. Yeah, it's by Richard Bach.
Richard Bach.
It's I mean, there's tons of different front covers and stuff of it, but
Yeah.
this is like one of the more common ones. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Where'd it go? It's like this little leaf. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably
Yeah,
pretty
it's kind of
blurry.
blurry. That's all
Yeah.
good, dude.
Cool.
Richard Bach.
Yeah. Scope it.
Have you
So
heard of
what?
but
Oh no, go ahead.
have you heard of a book called the I Ching?
The I Ching?
I Ching, yeah. ICHING. It's like an
No.
ancient Chinese book of it literally translates to like the book of change.
Huh.
Yeah, dude. It's a trip. It kind of sounds like what you're talking about. Like you open up and flip to a page and it'll give you the advice you need. It's like a
Interesting.
it's like a divination book.
But it's obviously translated.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, because all these like images look like they're written in Chinese. Yeah,
Heck
dude,
yeah.
I'll check this one out too for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely a trip. Tommy Chong turned me onto that one.
Dude, right on, man. Inspiration. That's awesome, dude. So
Uh,
what made you get into this podcasting thing, dude? This is new, right?
yeah, like I mean, I've always like wanted to like make one, I guess. It's kind of like been like buzzing around in like the formless part of my mind where like the creativity gets like cultivated.
Sure.
And yeah, and then I just like working from home, I have access to this really good laptop. And also like I've been like the work that I'm doing is talking about like creative things you can do from home.
Oh, cool,
So
cool.
yeah, dude. Oh yeah, like how just like how you did like the magic show, like that's the kind of stuff that we want to be like teaching our people.
That's
So
awesome.
heck yeah, dude.
What are some of the things you've seen so far on like what people have been doing?
Oh well, like they let me think. There's a like teaching like personal fitness like from your home, like things you can do, like workouts you can do in like your living room. Doing like acting lessons,
Oh,
like
that's pretty cool.
yeah, dude, like giving like personal like acting coaching, like what do you like need to work on, or like just how to like different like states of mind, and
Those
then
are like one-on-one video coaching kind of things.
yeah, like that. And then there's also like we're talking about like how to set up a Fiverr profile. You know what Fiverr is?
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. Like I've used that site so much.
Oh
All,
yeah,
all
what?
these little random businesses I started, you know.
Yeah, oh, okay, that's what you use Fiverr.
Well, I've used it a lot, like making random little like logos or like writing content for like SEO for a website or, you know, random tasks.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I mean, it's invaluable.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what you're like. You're on the same page as like what we're talking about. Like you can use it to just like get experience and start just like building yourself. You know, like how like I'm sure like you learn a new thing every time you start a new business or you start a new like different kind of task, and then you just kind of use that to whatever's going to come after this like season that we're in with the coronavirus.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like you do what you can like remotely at like a safe
Abs-
distance from home, and then like eventually like you'll get into wherever like you want to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I've seen like some people are using this time to like learn something completely new or like something that they wanted to do. And then other people are kind of using it to like just focus on like improving their existing, you know, work. Like, I know someone who was just taking like an Excel class, you know, because he never has time to do it. And now he's like, he's going to go back to work and just kill it on Excel, you know?
Heck yeah.
So it's kind of cool. But yeah, definitely. I've been seeing like my girlfriend's been taking yoga every day. You
Oh,
know,
good, dude. Do you do
just
yoga?
digital. It's interesting.
Do you do yoga?
No, dude. I did. This is disgusting. I don't know. I can't believe I'm gonna say this on a podcast. But dude, I did hot yoga once in my life, and
Oh, cool.
it was at Core Power, and I can't blame them. So like that's full disclaimer. I don't know if it came from them, but dude, I got a skin infection.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it was either that or the only other thing I could think of, because this is a very like contagious skin infection, and like they actually classify it. It's not like it's not that gross, but they classify it as like STI just because of its nature, because like you can get it from skin to skin contact,
Yeah.
and it was either the yoga or it was the gym I was at the time, because I was using their shower and stuff, which is also kind of gross. But anyways, that was my experience with yoga, so I never went
Whoa.
back.
Oh, okay, dude. I feel you.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I borrowed a mat.
I wrestled in high school, and I remember I got like a like ringworm a couple times just from
Yeah,
like the mats and crap.
yeah. I mean, people sweating, and you know, it's easy to transfer, especially if they don't clean them and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Did you? But I'm interested to hear like what other businesses you did on. Actually, I want to hear about your coffee thing, dude. Like what's
yeah,
up with that? What is it? So, some people's
some
kids'
people's
coffee.
kids. Yeah, SBK Coffee Co. Yeah, it's I started it myself kind of like over a year ago, and it was kind of funny because like I don't know what it is about me. I'm really weird. Like I like to start businesses, but then like as soon as they start like turning into businesses, I like to start new businesses. Like if there was a business that was starting businesses, that would be me. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, but started it, and the way I came about it was I just wanted to start something, and I was like, oh shoot, you know, like what can I sell? And I love coffee, and I was drinking a ton of coffee, so I decided to just, you know, buy it in bulk. And then when it came in, I realized like how much I actually bought, and I was like, dude, I can't drink this much coffee. Like it was like,
Wow.
yeah, it was like 50 pounds of coffee.
Dang, dude.
uh,
What kind of coffee was this?
I had a kind of a mix. My first two, there was kind of just a standard blend, and then I had a single origin. I want to say it was Columbia single origin. I bought it from a roaster all the way in New York. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, and my first shipment actually got stolen. Apparently, it's a
Oh.
thing that drug dealers hide, like drugs in coffee
Oh,
beans.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
hides like
my
the
bags
scent.
got stolen in transit, and then
Dang,
I
dude.
reordered. Yeah. But yeah, then just kind of started it. And, you know, they say when you start a business, like the best thing you can do is find people who can do the things that you're not good at. You know, talking about Fiverr. So I found a couple of my buddies, you know, my buddy Brandon, he's like a total people person. He's great at selling. And then my buddy Eric, who's just like he's just really smart, engineer, you know, really into building things and making things, and thinking outside the box. And uh, yeah, just been kind of getting it going. And, you know, it's slow growth, but we've got long-term goals and plans, and we're trying to shoot for them. So we'll see how it goes.
Heck yeah, dude. That's a pretty cool story. Yeah, it's super important to like find the right like team, like you know, just people that are better at you at the things that you're not good at. Like it.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
And I think to not be selfish too, like I feel like a lot of people when they want to start something, they want full credit for it,
Mm.
and they're not willing to like give up, and they're not seeing the bigger picture. Like you will be much more successful only taking 10% of a business that actually goes somewhere than having 100% of a business that doesn't, you know?
Wow, dude, that's
Like,
super profound.
well, I mean, like I think about it, like it
Yeah.
makes sense to me. So it's like it's totally worth it to find the right people and to be willing to share with them for the opportunity for it to actually go somewhere.
Dang, dude, I'm writing this down. This is very
Dude,
valuable.
I like it. You might need to send it to me. I might have to put that in a book or something.
Yeah, please. You're writing a book or what?
No, you know what, dude? That's like I'm literally just like, oh, dude, it's my ADHD. I start random things. I have like 2 chapters of a book written called it's called Mind Your Business, and
Yeah.
it was like a psychological like it was kind of I don't have you ever heard of like The Secret? You know, like
Yeah.
positive thinking and stuff, and it was kind of like positive thinking meets business. I mean, there's a million books like that, but uh, yeah, I wrote 2 chapters and it's still saved on my Google Drive, and then I never did anything with it. That was years ago. But
But how much more do you need to finish before you're like comfortable releasing it, or
well,
you would
I
be?
mean, I only wrote 2 chapters. I have like a table of contents with the title of every single chapter that I wanted, and they were well thought out, kind of like all these
Oh,
various,
okay.
you know, points, like the title of the chapter like sparks in my mind what that chapter should be about, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not even like it would take at least a year for me to sit down and actually, you know, or hire someone on Fiverr to ghostwrite my ideas at least, you know.
Wow. Yeah, dude. So you have like the vision of the outline already, like, and then you are gonna like fill that in like over time or whenever.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I ever get to it,
Right.
honestly, I don't know if I ever will. I have like so many other things that are taking, you know, priority right now. The coffee company, my actual, you know, day job business. This, I mean, this magic thing is just a hobby, but I'm like passionate about it. I enjoy doing it, so I want to, you know,
Yeah.
dedicate time to it. I think it's fun. So.
Let me ask you something. Like, what does magic give you? Like, what do you like get out of it? Like,
Dude, that is a really good question, and the answer is probably not what you'd expect. Like a lot of people, you know, they master something, and it's like very self-fulfilling in the sense that it was a challenge, and then like you know, like music, you learn a new song and you just feel great, like oh, I learned this awesome song. Magic is like very unique in the sense that it's all about like how you make the other people feel. And like case in point is, you know, I can do a cool trick all the time, right? And then the person's like just crazy excited and they're just in awe. But when you learn, like one of the things, especially I've had a couple people like ask me like, how do I start getting into magic? And the thing is, I always have to give them this warning that magic is one of those things that as soon as you know how a trick is done, it loses its magic. Like it is no longer cool to you. And like it's just one of those things that you have to always remember the feeling you had when you first saw that trick.
Wow.
Yeah, and especially like you might do this one really cool, like astonishing trick over and over and over again, and to you it's old, but you have to remember like some of the people you're showing tricks to have never seen that, and to them it'll still be that, you know, original astonishment. So for me, it's just you know, making other people or get. I guess it is selfish in a sense that I like to see other people like, you know, excited, like, or just like, how the hell did you do that? And it, you know, I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, dude, that's your cup is like overflowing with joy into everyone else's around you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and there, I guess there is a sense of like you feel cool because you like, I tricked them kind of thing, you know, I conned them. But yeah, it's
What
definitely an outlet, just like any other, you know, art is. I think it's an art in a
oh
sense, you know.
yeah. Yeah,
So
definitely. What you're talking about of like remembering what that first trick felt like when you saw it. That's that's a similar kind of technique you can use to just like improve your life in a bunch of different areas. Like, I don't know, like let's say like you get accepted to college and it's like, oh cool, like the first day you find out it's like, whoa, like now I'm like, I know where I'm gonna go. And then like that's gonna be a different feeling versus like 2 years into your college career. It's like that's not the same kind of excitement. So like when you
it's
bring yourself
totally
back,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, and just remembering to like appreciate, you know, things like recently you know, I don't know how, if you used to get like crazy excited for Christmas and like gifts and stuff, or like you'd order something online and it felt like it took months and then you get it and you're like, oh, is it in the mailbox? And like nowadays, you know, we order everything on Amazon, so it's like every single day I got a new package and it's not exciting. But like,
Yeah.
you know, I started kind of just like getting excited again for, you know, little things, you know, like
Heck yeah.
especially magic tricks. It's like, you know, I'm waiting in it for the mail so I can learn it, you know. So
Yeah.
absolutely
Okay.
applying that approach to like, you know, various aspects of your life is hugely, you know, beneficial. So
That's what's up, dude. Yeah, I'm stoked that you get. I'm stoked that you get stoked on magic. Like,
dude, it's such a nerdy thing, but I love it. You know what's funny? I'm reading this book. It's called Magic is Dead, and it's really cool. You should check it out. So
Magic is
there's
dead.
yeah, there's this secret society of magicians, and it's
Oh,
called
okay.
the 52. And like a lot of the great magicians or popular ones right now are in it. Like Shin Lim is a big guy right now, and he's in it. But it's called the 52 because every one of the members has one of the 52 cards tattooed on their finger right here.
Oh, that's pretty hard, dude. That's like a
Yeah,
gang.
yeah, and what I in like the first couple chapters of this book, you meet some of these characters who I happen to follow on like social media and stuff, and it's like crazy to think one of the guys used to be in a gang, one of the guys used to like sell drugs, and it's like they
Oh,
found magic as an escape from, you know, from that life, and it's just super odd. I mean, I don't have any sort of story like that, but it's just super odd to see these people go from these like rough lives to finding magic of all things, and then to like, you know, sit down and learn it, and you know, it's just so weird to me, but it's a really interesting book.
heck yeah, magic is dead.
Yeah.
Do you like? Do you know, or do you research like Wiccan magic or like pagan magic or anything like that, or are you like more into like the like the
No, is
illusion
it
stuff?
like witchcraft type of stuff or
Yeah, like witchcraft. Yeah.
uh no, I mean, no, I don't look into that kind of stuff much. I mean, I would like you for you to enlighten me if you
Oh, dude,
have
I'm
something
sketched
crazy
out. Like,
to
I think
share.
there's a lot of like crossovers with like what some people consider like magic and just like what like is like in the capability of like what it is to be human. Just like not a lot of people like tap into it. Kind of like the 4 minute mile, like how like when Roger something, I can't remember his name, when he like ran across the 4 minute mile, then after that like
People's
high school kids started to
yeah.
like beat that. So it's kind of like one of those things, like reaching a certain kind of human potential, and then not everybody is like aware of it. But like besides that, like some of that stuff sketches me out, dude. Like
Like not magic tricks, but like this witchcraft type stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too, because like, you know, there's all sorts of genres of magic tricks, and
Mhm.
like some of them are very dark. Like
Oh,
people, you know, like there's some people he's not in particular dark, but oh shoot, he's this mentalist guy, and he does all sorts of like mentalist mind reading tricks. But like sometimes the way he approaches them is like dark in the sense that you start to wonder, like, dude, this guy knows things about my life he shouldn't. And it's kind of, like
Ew.
me being a magician, you learn these techniques and you know how he's doing them, but to the spectator watching, it's like, dude, that's weird. It's scary.
Yeah, dude, that little unsettling feeling. That's like, I think that's what's attractive to a lot of people. I mean, it is to me. It's like,
Yeah. Or I think it's maybe more so just the unknown. Like,
yeah,
whether it's just not knowing how someone does something or not knowing whether or not it's, more than what it is, um, or thinking of, something out of this world being, real, here on life, trying to trick us, or I don't know. It's kind of trippy thought.
yeah, dude. Who was that again?
The guy,
The Mentalist. Yeah.
his name is Peter Turner, is one of the mentalists that I look at a lot. He's
Peter
really
Turner.
cool. He has a really awesome personality. Like he doesn't come off to me at all like he's dark or anything, but I've seen some performances where like the people are like kind of freaked out a little bit.
Wow.
And he's all tatted up, his neck, and he's got face tattoos. But yeah, he's got a lot of really cool techniques and stuff like that. So.
Dude, I used to be super into Chris Angel, Mind Freak. I'm like, Mind Freak.
Yeah, he's not to break your heart, but he's a huge like meme in the magic community.
It's all good, dude. You can break my heart.
Yeah, he has a lot of like, he hires actors and stuff like for his television show to like pretend,
pretend they never seen him before.
Yeah, or just like pretend that they don't see what he's doing, like they're in on it kind of thing.
Yeah.
But David Blaine, he's a a classic guy who's like actually,
oh yeah, dude,
really cool.
Heck yeah. Yeah, dude, so. they're both a trip to me, like in different ways.
Dude. I mean, a lot of those guys are a trip to me.
What kind of stuff are you listening to lately as far as music?
Dude, that's I kind of like hit the full gambit. Right now, my two top bands would probably be Dance Gavin Dance is my my number one. I was supposed to go last year, and something came up and I wasn't able to go. And then I had tickets for this year that my girlfriend bought me for Christmas, and I got canceled. So luckily, it just got rescheduled. So we're gonna see them. So they're my number one. And then in the rap game, I've been listening to this guy. His name's Cal Scrubby.
Cal Scrubby.
Dude,
what a name.
He's fire. Like, if you haven't heard of him, dude, he's this white guy, which is like really crazy. You wouldn't think he is listening to it, but he's just like, he's really good at rapping. And like, I don't know, I just connected with him.
Heck yeah, dude. I heard one of his like lyric breakdowns on Genius.
Oh yeah. For what, do you know what song it was or no?
No, I don't remember. He said something about Shibo from like Kim Possible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got a lot of references.
What Dance Gavin Dance, like, are you listening to like certain songs, or are you going through like that Mothership album?
I like not just like Mothership, but I like all the albums so far. Let's see, probably one of my I don't know, like Life of a Strawberry I really like, you know.
I think I got
a lot of the classics.
One of the,
I definitely like Tillian though.
You know,
anything with him in it, I've been a fan of.
Dude, their stage presence is like next level.
It's so I made my girlfriend watch a whole live performance on YouTube because he, like, whenever they're screaming, Tillian is like doing these, like,
dude,
dances, like on stage, and I just think it's so cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things to be learned. What I have another question. Like, what's it like performing on stage for you? Like when you like play guitar for Hologram?
I get so nervous playing anything on stage. Like, I enjoy playing guitar at my house, and like, I think one of the things is in fact, I just bought speaking of, having time off and stuff, I bought a course on, I think it was on Udemy, but it was learning some of like guitar theory, because, Yeah, well, because that's like one of the things I really lack is I can learn a song, but that's like I can just play other songs. I'm not good at like knowing what I'm doing or how to, go down a scale or anything. So that's been one of the reasons I always get nervous to play is because it's literally me memorizing the song,
Mm.
and then I'm just like memorizing it. I don't have any like memory cues to know where I'm supposed to be going next. Whereas someone like you got a little more experience with guitar. You kind of like you have a natural tendency to go to the places that you should be going. So
You know what it is? It's like what theory gives you. It's like it lays out the map for you, like, and you see all the pathways that you can take, and all like,
right, exactly. And yeah, and that was kind of the goal, was to like memorize that so that later I can kind of at least understand. Even that's going to take a ton of just repetition and
oh
practice,
yeah.
but it's cool to learn. But yeah, I get super nervous playing. I haven't played in a while, just because I've been extremely busy with my other job and stuff. But I still love hanging out with everyone. I just love playing music live. Band practices are my favorite. Like,
Heck yeah,
you know,
dude. Like
just,
camaraderie, just like
yeah, just jamming
time with
out
yeah.
and sipping on a Corona and playing. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, that's a beautiful thing that like when you find people that you vibe with, and then you can like communicate in this like expression. It's like a next level thing that I'm like we're really blessed as musicians or just like creatives in general to be a part of.
Totally. And honestly, it's like even with our coffee company, like it's two of my best friends in it. But just like that, with a band, it's almost an excuse to hang out with someone like on a regular basis,
Yeah.
like, oh, I got to go to band practice tonight. And it's just like, oh, cool. I get to hang out with everyone. So
Yeah,
I
dude,
like
it
that
feels good.
aspect of it. Are you still playing a lot or?
Well, no, not lately. I've been like producing a lot, just here in the Dream Dungeon, just making beats,
Dude,
making lots of riffs and practicing. And you know what? Actually, I have been playing a lot with church. We've been like streaming our church services.
yeah, I
Yeah,
saw I saw that one. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I'll keep tuning in. That was really neat. And it's
thanks.
cool that I was at the house too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, dude,
I
that's
don't
right. Yeah,
it feels more like, well, I mean, homey because I'm at home, but I don't know. I kind of vibe with, just sitting on my couch. Like I'm able to focus more, not having everyone around me. Maybe for others it might be the opposite, but just turning on the TV and sitting with my coffee and watching it, like, I don't know, it was more touching.
yeah, dude. It's like intimate. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, like exactly what you're saying. Like there's like some people just don't like being around a bunch of like a room of people. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's like,
totally.
yeah, when you're in that familiar location in your home or whatever. Like it was so funny. Uh, like they when we were playing the first time, the first live stream we did, um somebody like showed me a picture of my dad and my brother just chilling on the couch like watching it on their phone. It was so
That's awesome.
funny like
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the other thing too. Like, there's a huge opportunity for it to continue growing just because it's convenient. I mean,
yeah,
like, I hate to say it, but I'm not alone. I know it, but I can count, tons of times where it was like, oh, I should go to church, and then I wake up and I'm like, no, I'm too tired, and it's like you just
yeah,
totally throw it off for selfish reasons when it's online, like I walk downstairs in my PJs, don't have to change, and I can
heck
just
yeah,
watch and still, dedicate my time and listen and learn. And
yeah, dude.
it's a cool method.
Oh
So
yeah, definitely. It's
I hope they offer that, as a bonus, in addition to, when everyone gets back into the normal groove of things. I think it'd be cool.
oh yeah, that's like just that's the direction we're going into, like, you know what I mean, just into the future with all the technology that we have capable. Like it's like meeting up in person is like old school. Like you can reach so many more people.
Totally. And I don't know. What do you think? Do you think people, after this is all over, do you think they're going to kind of adopt a lot of these new methods? Like, I feel like this is forcing schools, they're all doing e-learning. Do you
Mm.
think that this is going to kind of help them improve that to the point where they actually start offering it more and, it gets adopted?
You know, I never really like thought about it. I think so. Like I can. like speak for myself and just like I'm developing like a different kind of awareness as far as like what like I'm touching or what I'm being around, or like, you know what I mean, like how close somebody is to me. So
Totally.
I think like that kind of thing is still gonna be like, it's gonna be like a residual from that in everybody the way they conduct themselves.
Yeah, and communication in general. Like my mom's been connecting with her sisters who live in Michigan
Oh,
via
cool.
webcam, and it's like you could have done that, all the time. Why are you guys
Yeah.
trying to do it now? It's interesting. Like now they realize these tools are out here. They're accessible. They're really free or affordable, and and they're fun. Hang out with a big group of people.
Yeah, dude, that's a good point. Like like I've been calling like so much more of my family that like I could have called, like, you know what I mean, exactly like the month before or whatever. And
Totally.
you know what's trippy about right now? You know how like Elon Musk says that we might be living in a simulation, or we are living in a simulation? It's
Yeah.
like I'm talking to so many people on screens lately, and it's like, how do I know if they're real or not?
Dude, that stuff literally trips me out so much. Like I love like trippy philosophical stuff like that. Or yeah. Have you read anything on like anything quantum mechanics or anything like that?
Like how we create our reality, or like how
Well,
everything
just
is
like
moving, or
quantum. They're quantum physicists are the people who study it, but it's like just quantum physics, I guess, was what it would be called. But
yeah.
it's like this. It's like the study of the uh, it's unknown. Like they have all these theories they've been able to prove, but they have no idea how they operate. Like there's one called the entanglement theory, and they can take like two atoms and bind them together, and by moving one atom one way, they without any sort of or with 100% confidence, they can know the exact location of the other. Like they counteract each other, and
Whoa.
they've taken these two, and I don't know if they're atoms or whatever, but
Hmm.
they've taken them across the world, and they move one, and instantaneously the other one reacts, in the exact same opposite way, even though they're across the world. And
Yeah.
it was called the entanglement theory.
Yeah, dude.
um, but just like this understanding of the unknown, they say that we have so many more senses than we
Oh
as
yeah.
humans are able to comprehend. um, and dude, I totally believe it.
Heck yeah.
It's we don't know anything.
Yeah, dude, I have an example of the entanglement theory that just happened before this podcast started.
Dude.
So I sent my family has a group chat, and I sent a video of me playing guitar with my abuelo, with my grandpa, like a few
Uh-huh.
months ago. And so apparently when they were watching it, he actually called them, like my grandpa that I'm playing guitar with, like called my mom and dad like on the phone they were watching. So it's just like
That's
the
so
whole
true.
synchronicity where like I've had this video for however long, like months, and then like just like that specific time, like
Yeah.
when that atom, I don't know, like a virtual atom like moved, and then like the physical one like called them in the same
Isn't
spot.
that it's such a trip. Yeah. uh yeah, I mean, like there's actually one book in particular you might enjoy it too. I'm a man of books, so
Yeah, dude.
but it's
Throw 'em.
called the God Theory.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's, I don't know if the author himself is a quantum physicist or if he's writing about a quantum physicist, but they use it to prove the existence of God, and it's kind of a really interesting read.
Cool.
But it's one of those ones where like you read a chapter and then you have to go do a bunch of research because you don't understand what the hell you just read, kind of thing.
I
But
feel you.
it's cool.
Heck
Taking your
yeah.
time with it.
Are you into Joe Dispenza, Dr. Joe Dispenza?
I'm not familiar with him, but I'll definitely check him out. Does he have a podcast or what is
He might. I've been watching his YouTube videos. He kind of like merges like,
neuroscientist?
yeah, dude. He merges like mysticism and like neuro science. He says that you can't like change your genes, but you can change your gene expressions. So like, yeah, like basically like we have all this data, like all these ingredients inside of us, and you, based on like your thoughts, your environment, your habits, or whatever, like that, your energy field, that changes what genes are going to be expressed. So like you could be expressing a gene for a certain disease at a certain point, but then like consciously change that expression into like one that's healthy, that like serves you better.
Totally. I mean, like there's been so many stories of people who had cancer or whatever, and then there's even been stories about them being given like a placebo,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
told it's the cure to cancer, and they somehow get rid of. So I totally believe
Yeah,
that.
that same thing, like that placebo effect. He talks about like how you can like consciously tap into that. Like it doesn't have to just
That's
work with a pill.
crazy.
Like you can actually like put yourself in that state.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Is Did you like read that in a particular book or something, or just from some of his works in general?
Yeah, mostly on YouTube. He has like a bunch of books though. He has one I think it's called like Being Supernatural. And
Okay.
yeah, or like You Are the Placebo is like the big one. You Are the Placebo.
Yeah, I feel like because you were posting before podcasting and stuff. You were posting like YouTube videos that I felt like were pretty trippy, man. Like I would watch them and I'd be like, oh,
Heck yeah. I don't remember which ones, but yeah, dude, I'm into
dude,
trippy
yeah. I
stuff.
mean, this was like when I first started following you. I could even pull it up, but yeah, dude. I don't know. I feel like you in general are pretty philosophical,
Thanks.
which is take it as the compliment.
I do. Yeah,
Good,
I'm a water element.
dude. I love it.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
I
What?
don't know. This is fun. This is awesome, dude. I'm so grateful that we have this technology that we can like talk over like time and space. And this is gonna be like whoever's listening right now, I'm talking to you. Like, what's up? Hello from Omar and West.
Hey, I'm saying what's up too.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to not look at this thumb. Like that nail is very
Right.
perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
thank you.
like
That's
it's
my
cut
nail.
well. It looks like nice and like shiny.
It's a beautiful nail.
It is a beautiful nail.
Let me change it, dude. I need to show you because we were like having a Plan Your Escape podcast before this. So
Dude,
we're
that's
just like doing
badass.
like weird things. Like there's Joey right
Dude, that's so sick.
there.
Dude, if I would have known I could change my wallpaper, I would have had like a whole skew of them lined up.
For next time if you want to jump on the podcast again.
Totally. Yeah. Hey, I have the Plan Your Escape CD in my car, and my girlfriend has your rap CD in her car. Like neither of us have taken
Wow.
the CDs out. Like they're
Oh,
both
okay.
in there. So if
That's
I'm
awesome.
ever driving and like my phone is just not dying or I'm sick or whatever, I'll just push that CD button.
Heck yeah, dude. Thanks.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's pretty
It's good
beautiful.
stuff. In fact, hers came on the other night, and like I was like, "What is this?" And
Ah,
then I pulled it out. I was like, "Oh shoot,
wow,
that's
dude.
cool." Good stuff. Yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah, that's me saying hello from time and space also
I
from
love
whenever
it.
I made that.
Hell yeah. I've been meaning to get to none of your podcasters will be enlightened by this, but I've been meaning to get together with your boy Larry.
Yeah, dude. You guys are like going into business together or like what's up with that?
No, I just wanted to get barbecue or something with him. He
Oh,
he
just kick it.
he's so good at cooking.
Yeah.
He would always like bring us stuff when we worked at a Sunglass Hut together. He would like bring in meals and stuff. He'd be like, "I cooked this, man," and I'd eat it. I was like, "Oh."
Heck
So
yeah.
yeah, trying to keep the connections alive.
Yeah, it's that's so beautiful. Like it's so interesting the mutual like connections that we have.
It's hard though, and like it's not like you don't appreciate or like certain people, but it's like you have limited time, to pick from, and you have to, choose the ones at that moment who you want to like talk to. It's
Yeah, I
it's
feel
kind
you.
of a constant battle, like so you want to obviously keep them all alive in some way, shape, or form, but it's hard you know to manage it all sometimes.
Oh yeah, I feel you. Sometimes you gotta like take time for yourself and just like isolate yourself, kind of like how we are right now.
That too. Yeah. In fact, that's what my girlfriend was talking about. She saw, I don't know if it was on like a post or YouTube or something, but there it was like how to keep your relationship alive during this whole home thing. And one of
Yeah,
the most important things was to still find, self time, where
yeah,
you can just like isolate yourself and work on something that you want to do. Because you would be doing that if you're going to work and going out with friends or whatever. It shouldn't change now that you're stuck at home.
yeah. What kind of stuff are you doing?
Right now, I'm just honestly I've been like working a lot.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like I'm technically I do I don't know if you know anything about my actual like job, but I do consulting work. And a lot of my clients are critical infrastructure. They do stuff like aerospace and medical, but they're all rescheduling my visits. And since I'm a consultant, I don't work for a company. You know, I'm self-employed. Uh, I've been not working myself, so I've been using this time to kind of catch up on like my long to-do list. But I used an app called Todoist actually,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of like a list of all like business expansion ideas or like cool new tools I want to implement. So the last 2 days I've been implementing a new software to like track my business and stuff like that.
Wow. How'd you get into consulting?
It was my dad's business.
Oh,
After he worked at General Motors for a long time, and then when he retired, he started a consulting business, and he did it for like 25 years. And I got into it, and then just kind of he's pretty much retired now, and then I've taken over, and I hired one of my buddies too. Um,
wow.
so just trying to grind. My goal is to like get to the point where I can like delegate work
Yeah.
and get income, but not to like get wealthy, just to be able to live so that I can then like start focusing on the business I want to do, like the coffee or like magic. Like I want to get to the point where I don't have to worry about bills. I can just do what I want. And
Heck yeah.
that's my ultimate goal in life, is just to be able to chill and not have to worry about things. So
Yeah, dude, that peace of mind, that I feel you definitely. There's
yeah.
like
So
there's like a magic number that we just got to reach, and like a
yeah,
discipline that we
yeah.
got to hold on to.
Unfortunately, sometimes it's higher for others
Yeah.
uh, when the credit cards rack up and stuff. But
Oh yeah, dude. It's a That's something that's like a you know who Dave Ramsey is?
oh yeah, dude, I've read Total Money Makeover.
Yeah.
I read one other one of his. I can't recall the name of it, but yeah. He have you seen any of his videos?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Dude,
definitely.
I love how he just tells people like, you're an idiot. They're just like,
Yeah.
you need to stop
And
this, drop that.
it's a whole lot of stupid. It's okay. I was
Yeah.
stupid too. Like
But he's he teaches some great lessons, and
Oh
like
yeah.
setting up the safety net and then doing like that whole snowball effect on like paying things off. And I try my best to implement those things, but you know life happens, and everyone makes bad financial decisions every now and then. So
Yeah, I feel you. It's like I wish there was a lot of knowledge that I mean, I guess like some of it you just have to experience and overcome yourself, but it'd be cool to like if they had that kind of teaching in like our schools when we went
oh
to
dude,
yeah.
yeah, I've had that conversation with so many people. Yeah, they 100% should. That's the one thing they don't see. I mean, there is like finance class. If you're a business major, like I took finance and I took accounting, but even then, it wasn't anything about like credit cards or like
Yeah,
I,
or
I didn't know
spending
what a
habits
dang
or like
APR
budgeting.
was, until like how that worked. How
Yeah,
much I'm actually paying on interest for
right.
a couple years ago. So
Yeah, dude. People getting caught in a trap or
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, and companies, kind of misleading people thinking they're doing something right, uh, or with marketing, how many times you get apply for this loan in the mail, or debt consolidation loan or this credit card or that
Yeah,
credit card. That was one of the worst, not to like bash on any company, but when I
go
was
for it,
working
dude.
retail, I want, just at sunglasses, actually, screw them. I'm just kidding. uh, no, but they would push like trying to get people to apply for a credit card to buy
Yeah,
sunglasses. And like they approach it as if, oh, well, it's giving them an opportunity, there's no interest and this and that. And then like you get to the actual application of it, and like me having experienced bad things with my credit cards,
mm.
I just like consciously felt terrible doing it. And the only people who apply are people who shouldn't be applying. And
Whoa.
it's like they just they fall for it kind of thing. And unfortunately, I think even the salespeople really don't understand the implications, and they see this quota that they have to meet, and
Yeah,
they,
dude. I
you know,
resonate with that definitely. I used to work in retail too, and that was like the big thing. Like whenever you had to register, you gotta like push the credit card on everybody, and that's like one of the questions that you have to ask. So
yeah,
yeah, dude, definitely like I had the same kind of feeling. It's like I don't fully understand this. So like if I don't, then how is somebody that's gonna sign up understand it more than me, kind of thing.
yeah.
It just felt yeah like not right. And then at the same time there's like an incentive for us to like get as many as we can.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the quota, and it's yeah, I don't know. And I'm sure you're the same way, but working in retail, of course I had drive and I wanted to meet my sales goals, but that was the one thing. It was like I did it, and like every time I did it, I just regretted it. So I like tried my best not to do it. Like I
Yeah,
did
dude.
enough just to make them happy, but then to like, you know,
Yeah, I just stopped. Like I just stopped like asking people if they wanted to sign up for credit cards.
yeah, yeah.
Just because
But then you start getting all, the pressure,
dude,
like, hey,
the
did you
other
ask them
thing,
about this? Did you ask them about this?
yeah, like the other thing is like I sold so much that like my numbers were still like towards the high end, even when I wasn't like I basically like only did it when like the managers were around. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, oh yeah. So they couldn't argue about it because you're doing your job, you're getting sales.
yeah, it's a trip, dude. I'm glad I'm not in that world anymore.
Totally. Yeah, that was I mean, I think retail is an awesome job to learn social skills,
Oh
and
yeah,
and especially to learn like psychological skills too, and like how to read people's body language, and you know, kind of not just their body language, but even tone, knowing when you're pushing too hard, or
yeah,
or seeing that they don't like something that you're trying to sell them. That's really valuable lessons to
mm,
apply to the real world and to the business world specifically.
heck yeah,
So I,
yeah.
I
That's
wouldn't take that back
yeah.
at all.
Oh yeah, like just definitely like building your social skills, like talking to so many people. It was like a good opportunity for me to like practice my humor, just like making
Yeah,
strangers laugh. It was like one of the best feelings.
dude, totally. At the camera outlets, there was a lot of Brazilians, and I'm super white, so I would always like obrigado, just like speaking all the
The
Portuguese.
Portuguese,
Yeah,
Portuguese. That's awesome.
yeah, man. So
Yeah. And then another cool thing about working retail, at least like where I was working at, I was like folding a lot of clothes. Like,
where
so
where was it?
it was at Kohl's, yeah,
Oh,
department store.
I think was it at which one was it?
Over in Newberry.
Did I ever see you there? I feel like I saw you there once.
Maybe. I was there for a couple of years.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. So keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude, it's all good. Yeah, so like basically just like folding clothes, like eventually it just kind of becomes like your body makes it automatic. So I had a lot of like mental time, if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
yeah, and I would like needed something to like fill that with. So I would like be practicing like freestyles in my head, or like also I got into like affirmations. So I would like spend that time just like affirming myself and
dude.
like building myself up.
Do you still do that
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
every day?
Yeah.
What's is it like part of your morning routine, or you just do it throughout the day, or?
Yeah, yeah, throughout the day and my morning routine. Like in my bathroom, I have posted, I am a game-changing writer, rapper, musician, and multimillionaire.
Dude,
And then there's a Mark 9:23 next to it that says, Jesus said to him, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes.
dude,
And
that's
then
awesome. That's
yeah, dude.
awesome.
And then I also say like
Is it? Oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
the universe conspires in my favor. I am a creative being. I am blessed and highly favored. I attract the
Dude,
hottest woman in the world. Like
dude, that is deep.
yeah, dude.
I love it. Yeah, we do you have a dream board or anything?
No, I don't have a dream board.
Dude, for me, like verbal affirmations are one thing, but like I'm very visual, so having like a photo of like portraying the things, whether it be happiness or like relationship or whatever, has always been
Yeah.
powerful. And when I moved back into my mom's, we kind of threw away the board we had. So I've been meaning to make a new one. But I remember when I first did it, I made a board, and like, dude, it was like a year had passed, and it was like so many of those things that I had literally put on that board I had.
It's
and
spooky,
it was,
right, dude?
Dude, it was like, just like they said it happens. It was such a trip.
Yeah, our creative potential as humans, like that, I feel like that's part of like the entanglement theory. Like, what are you entangling yourself with? Like, you can like choose that.
Totally, yeah. And just putting out like the brain waves,
Yeah,
because
you attract what you are, and like
that,
you
dude,
can choose what you become.
I 100% believe in that. Do you have you ever I had some friends who have like experienced with psychedelics and stuff, and hearing some of their kind of experiences, just kind of, I don't know, they sounded so out of this world, but at the same time it was like being sober and not doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
I still kind of connected with it. I was like, dude, that's pretty trippy,
yeah, dude. You know
So
what? That book I mentioned earlier, the I Ching, that felt like a psychedelic experience. Like that book is a trip in itself. Like just like the things that because it kind of like talks to you in a way. Like, and I don't know, dude. It's very like spooky, like unsettling at times, but also like, oh, you're expanding my awareness in like just the weirdest
interesting.
ways. Yeah, dude.
Unsettling in just in the sense that you feel like you're getting a greater understanding for things, or
Yeah, dude. Like just kind of, I guess how like in order for like life to grow, the soil has to break a little bit.
damn, yeah, dude, yeah, I dig that. I'm definitely gonna have to get that one. I got my one Audible credit a month.
Yeah,
Got to take advantage.
that's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, psychedelics are a trip. Like the I did LSD and mushrooms.
Dude, I
Like
was just about to be like, yo, I don't know if you want to say anything on the podcast, but that's
no, but
awesome.
yeah, it was really like beautiful. Like I prepared the space. Like I treated it very like sacredly, in a very
Totally,
like
yeah, totally.
sacred
What
sense. Like
was it with, like a group of people, or was it a lone thing, or?
yeah, it was like I basically like yeah, it was like with a group of people, like some of my like really good friends. And yeah, it was like I went in with the intention of like I just want to like connect with myself, and I want to be open to whatever this like medicine has to show me.
Totally.
And it was like it was really cool. Like the the LSD like gave me like the most beautiful body high, like in certain areas where I feel where it's common to feel pain.
Hmm.
It like made it feel fantastic. It was like,
Yeah.
whoa, this is what my body is supposed to feel like.
It's interesting how they can like have such a actual effect on your like mental state,
Yeah. And then
just in
yeah.
general.
Yeah, dude, it like opened up like my creativity. Like playing music was a different thing.
Like you feel like after you did it for like a short amount of time or forever after, like was it
What I just said right now is specifically like during the trip.
during the trip? Okay. Do you
But I'm
feel like
sure
any of it carried on post?
yeah, it definitely like integrated what I learned. And it's still like a process. Like throughout my day or like randomly I'll get some kind of insight. It's like, oh, like this is what that thing meant kind of thing. Or like
Oh, interesting. Like
yeah,
a kind of a flashback to like things that you learn.
yeah, like a yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like
Have you ever
revisiting the
thought
insight and then like giving it a new perspective or like a widened perspective.
have you ever thought about like going, or ever had that urge to just like go back just for like more learning, so to speak? Like I had a buddy who he did DMT, and he had this like experience where he like visited this place, and it was like after he started going, visiting and like learning, he just felt this urge to like learn more. And like it's like each time he went, he was like getting deeper into, like he didn't start from scratch each time. It was like now he was here and he was able to go that much further. Do you ever feel that with like LSD, where you want to like just go experience more now that you've gotten what you've gotten?
Yeah, but I want to like do it differently. Like the my initial like what I'm being pulled to do is to just kind of like give myself a retreat, like just go somewhere like a national park and just like kind of like just like dive into myself with no distractions as far as like electronics or like even just like a bunch of people. And like what's like really big to me also is like being able to see all the stars at night. I feel like that is like a just like a really like impactful thing that would be
Totally.
beautiful to experience and kind of like regroove myself to the universe.
Yeah, I know, totally. Well, there's I forgot what his name is. I want to say, I think his last name was Chong. It was there was this YouTube channel called The Simple Pickup. I don't know if you ever
Oh
heard
yeah,
of it. Yeah, and I think his name is Chong, or
Kong,
he's like
Kong.
Kong. That's it, Kong. And he recently, like within the last couple of weeks, posted a YouTube video, and he microdoses on LSD like once a month. Um, and he doesn't do it like amounts that get him like high. He just does like very small amounts that just like ease his stress and like open up that creative, thinking. And he credits a lot of his like business success and a lot of his ideas for like some of his most popular YouTube channels, because he started several of them from that experience, which was kind of an odd thing, but pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. I think like Steve Jobs like experimented with LSD as well.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, I don't know, it just scares me, like not being uh you know, just the thought of like potentially not being in control, or like, I feel like my mind is probably pretty dark, and I don't know if I want to visit it kind of thing. So
Yeah, I feel you. That's kind of what I was like hesitant for a certain point, but then also I reached a point in my life where I was like prepared and ready to be able to like face those things and like just like give in to whatever the experience was going to have for me. And then it turned out to be like something that I wasn't expecting, and it was just like even more beautiful and more like lighthearted than I thought it was gonna be. Like I was going in like expecting like like to face that darkness and to like see
yeah,
what all that crap was, if there's like any like trauma or whatever. But what ended up happening is just like a bunch of laughter and a lot of love, and it's like that's what it like reconnected me to, is just like being able to like just feel good like with these people that you're like your loved ones. You know what I mean?
that's
Uh,
cool. Yeah,
that,
dang. Well,
that's yeah.
we'll see. Maybe one day.
Yeah, like whenever you're like, you gotta be ready. And one other thing, it's like really trippy. Let's talking about like the law of attraction and stuff like that. It like it came into my life like in just like a really like uncanny way. Like it was like
How?
it was like given as a gift.
Okay,
Like
explain.
like it came in a little red box with a bow in it. Like
Literally.
yeah. And I was like hesitant, like thinking like, oh, okay, like now I know that I'm like interested in this, and I've been like researching it and like learning as much as I can about it. Now it was just like taking that step. So
But like, is there a specific situation where you remember like first hearing or learning about it? Like,
I mean, I think I've always been like interested in psychedelics, like from a like really early age, just that like mind expanding property, or like being
yeah,
able to tune into things that we're not able to tune into like in this state.
totally. Yeah, I mean, it trips me out. This sounds stupid, but like I just started taking Adderall for my like my ADHD, and dude, like even just that, the like amount of like focus that I get, like it was just eye opening. Like this is what normal people, this is how normal people can get work done. Like, you
Whoa.
know, it was like literally life changing, mentally, and of course for my productivity, because dude, I did terrible in school, bad grades. I was not able to sit in class and like focus. I just, even when I read books, that's one of the reasons I like Audible, is because I can like phase out while I'm driving and listen. But dude, I'll read a page and then it's like, what the hell did I just read? And I'll read that same page like 4 times because I just, can't focus. And just like trying out pills, because I've always been against them, has opened me to like, damn, like, it's crazy that people have these like chemical imbalances and that their brain can do so much, or that these medication can like control or form, these habits and stuff. So trip me out.
Yeah, dude, like pills trip me out, dude. I'm sketched out with like anything like made in a laboratory is just kind of like it just makes me sketch like.
Yeah, but I took at Cal State Channel Islands, because I was going to be a psych major. Like, I switched my major a couple of times, but it was called drug development was the class, and like almost every single pill, man-made pill is made by some sort of like plant derivative. Like they find these main chemicals in plants. So it's like, yes, it's a pill and yes, it's man-made, but like at its core, it's still like naturalness. Now, obviously there's chemicals and stuff that get mixed, but the main properties of it are like from plants,
Cool.
I don't know. I'm not a pharmacist, so I don't know anything about Adderall specifically, but just, some of those.
Yeah, dude, I'm not a scientist either. Like,
yeah, but everything I just said could probably be completely wrong. I did very bad in that class too.
But it, like, another thing that trips me out is like our brain has like certain receptors to like all these different plants that are here on this earth that we live on. So like, I don't know if you know stuff about like ayahuasca or like peyote or things like that. Like, there's like parts of
ayahuasca. People will put that in like tea and stuff, right?
Yeah, I think people drink ayahuasca.
It's I watched a documentary on Vice about like an ayahuasca. It was like a retreat where people would these people all had traumas, and they would go to this house that was kind of secluded, and they would all just drink ayahuasca and like battle all their demons, so to speak.
Yeah, dude, I think that one's like that's like a purging kind of medicine. Like you like let go of like there's like a physical like release of like vomiting, but then there's also like that like spiritual and emotional release of just like letting go of everything that was like toxic or like that you may not be realizing you're holding on to.
Totally.
I don't know if I'm really into that. Like, I mean, like I think I would be, but that's just like I don't know how I feel about like puking all that.
yeah, I don't know if that'd be something I'd want to experience. The acid definitely like is interesting to me, like being able or having like visual effects, like having the floor feel like it's moving or something like that. Always, I just thought would be like out of this world, especially if I was mentally there and like cognizant of what was actually going on, but I was just seeing these visual things.
Yeah.
I just think that would be like really cool experience.
Dude, I have so I want to make like I want to make some kind of like series where I talk about like times where I got too stoned.
Dude, dude, that would be sick. I would definitely subscribe.
So like that's one of the things that happened was like I smoked a blunt, and I would think it was just like mixing the tobacco and the cannabis together, but like it felt like I was going through like a kaleidoscope.
Dude.
And then I lost my vision, and like I only heard like frequencies in my ear. Like I lost my hearing.
Like a hum?
Yeah, it was like a hum, like a buzz, like a ring.
Was it scary or pleasant?
It was like an adventure, and I knew like I was like all fudged up. It was at In-N-Out, dude. Like I was ordering at In-N-Out.
You see kaleidoscopes and stuff.
Yeah. And I remember like I handed the dude the money, and he was like, "Are you good?" And I'm like laying there like leaning on the wall, like, "Yeah, I'm good." And my eyes are closed and everything. And I grab the money like, and I turn around, and I think I trip on like a stool for like kids.
Dude.
And I just like fall, and then my friend like helps me like walk outside, and at this point like I'm going through a tunnel. And dude, it felt like something like the me like was like ready to like leave my body. You know what I mean? It wasn't like an out of body experience, but I definitely
it was
seemed
almost
like
an out of body.
Yeah, like I saw the tunnel.
That's a trip.
So that was just with like cannabis, like not even like powerful, like not like mushrooms or acid or anything.
Yeah, totally. Well, like, talking about the whole, that there's all these other senses that we don't experience. Like, I think that could be what, maybe drugs do, is they open our minds to these other senses, and that's kind of what experience and see. And like there's been government, like, experiments with this sort of stuff. Like,
Oh yeah,
didn't
dude.
the government do like a mind reading
Yeah,
experiment with, like,
the CIA did back in the day.
yeah, it's like there's something to that, like
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they even considered something like that. And then you hear stories of like groups of people. I think it was ayahuasca is the example I'm thinking of, where like they all saw this like one being that like said the same thing to them, and like after the trip, they were able to, like, with perfect recollection, all describe the exact same experience.
Yeah, they had like a group visual, a group.
Yeah, and that in itself is just like really trippy.
Yeah, dude. What one way I've heard it described is like they asked the shaman that prepare the ayahuasca, like how they knew like what plants to pick, because there's like freaking like thousands of plants in the rainforest, right? And how do they know that these two specific plants like create this specific experience?
Yeah.
And so when you ask these shaman that, they just say, "Oh, the plants told us." Like they're just like connected to in that way, like they know.
Yeah, well, dude, again, like this could be 100% wrong, but at least someone maybe told me this if I didn't read it somewhere, but that like they've done studies where they have like been able to measure the frequency of plants,
Yeah.
and like if you like go to like hurt a plant with something, like cut off its leaves or something, like it reacts in a way, like it knows that that's about to happen, which just like goes to show you that, like, I guess with dogs or something, that they bark, they move, it's more obvious, like, yes, they have some sort of a personality and they communicate, but you never think about plants. But at the end of the day, they're also living, they're also growing. For all we know, they're communicating with each other.
Do they
We're just
do
unable to translate.
that book I was talking about, the autobiography of a yogi? There's a chapter in there where he talks to he's like friends with a botanist, and he like breeds a cactus to not have its spines, and part of that breeding process is telling it like, oh, you can let down your defenses around me, like just like talking to it, like you can put your
Dude, I just got the
fear.
chills. That was
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, dude. And then
What a trip.
I think like we also have a connection with water, like the there's like studies where like when you give an intention to water, it'll like freeze differently, it'll react differently. So if you have like a loving intention or a peaceful intention, it'll freeze like more like clear, or like with a certain kind of pattern. Where if you freeze it with like an angry intention, or like a, you know what I mean, a more like negative kind, then it'll freeze
Yeah.
like all sharp and jagged and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's, dude. Oh my God. I mean, like just like growing plants, they've done with different styles of music and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Um, but that's why the whole quantum mechanics thing is trippy to me, because like it's all about how like atoms and stuff, they react differently depending on the way that you're observing them.
Yeah.
And like one of the, I forgot what the theory was, but it was the example they gave was, you're at a basketball court dribbling a basketball, and at any point in time there are infinitely, as an infinite amount of basketballs dribbling all around you, and the only one that you see and feel is the one that but like the second you move here, you're touching this other. It was such a weird thought.
Dang, dude, my homie Aaron, he always tells me some infinities are bigger than the others.
Dude, that's crazy. Dude, that'll get you thinking. Some
Oh
infinities
man.
are bigger than the others.
Yeah,
Dude, that's deep.
I know, dude. It's like, cause like,
Dude, I'm gonna have to like think that one out over a little bit.
heck
That's a
yeah.
trip. I
Hey,
love it, man.
I gotta go pee, but I think this is a good spot to wrap it up. Is there
Dude,
anything you want to let the people know?
I appreciate you. And dude, why you decided to hit me up specifically, I have no idea, but I really appreciate it. I think it's super cool, dude. It was fun to just hang out with you. This was a cool conversation, and even if it's not for a podcast, we should do it again because
Yeah.
I enjoy this type of talk. So.
Oh yeah, dude, this is awesome. Really like enlightening. You're definitely like somebody that I'm grateful to have in my life. And
Dude, you as well, man. I really appreciate it. So.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, man. Well,
Awesome. Thanks.
yeah, good luck with everything, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. See you on the internet.
All right, man. Peace.